the Zephyrian slave ship Void Hunter drifted through the asteroid belt, its cargo hold filled with what its captain considered the galaxy's most valuable commodity: sentient children. The gray-scaled reptilian beings had perfected the art of harvesting young minds from primitive worlds, molding them into perfect servants before their rebellious instincts could fully develop. Captain Vexhai examined his latest haul through the reinforced viewing port. 43 younglings from various species floated in stasis pods, their small forms suspended in blue-tinted preservation fluid. Most were from backwater colonies: Altarian cubs, Centauri spawn, a few Rigelian hatchlings. But the prize of this collection sat in Pod 17. 3 human children aged no more than 10 standard years. Humans were still relatively unknown in the greater galactic community. Their world, Earth, had only achieved faster-than-light travel within the last century. Most civilized species viewed them as curious primitives, intelligent enough to be interesting, but too young and scattered to pose any real threat. Their children, Vexhai had been told, commanded premium prices in the underground markets of the Outer Rim. Captain, his first mate, Skelrun, approached with nervous energy. "We're receiving multiple incoming transmissions. Long-range sensors are detecting unusual activity in this sector." Vexhai flicked his forked tongue dismissively. "Patrol ships?" "No, sir. These signatures don't match any known fleet configurations. The energy readings are significant." Before Vexhai could respond, the ship's proximity alarms shrieked. Through the bridge's main viewport, space itself seemed to tear open. A massive vessel, unlike anything in the Zephyrian databases, emerged from what appeared to be a controlled wormhole. Its hull was matte black, angular, and covered in weapon emplacements that hummed with barely contained energy. "Unknown vessel," a voice crackled through the communications array speaking flawless galactic standard. "You are in violation of Terran Treaty Article 7, the unlawful detention of human citizens. You have 30 seconds to surrender unconditionally." Vexhai's scales rippled with amusement. Terran, these primitive mammals think they can threaten us? He opened the comm channel. "This is Captain Vexhai of the Zephyrian Consortium. We operate under salvage rights in unclaimed space. Your threats are meaningless." The response was immediate and chilling. "Salvage rights do not extend to children, Captain. You have taken 3 human juveniles from the colony ship New Horizon. You now have 15 seconds to release all prisoners and prepare for boarding." "All prisoners?" Skelrun whispered. "How do they know about the others?" Vexhai's confidence wavered. Through the viewport, he could see more ships emerging from similar rifts in space. Sleek destroyers, massive cruisers, and something that looked like a mobile fortress. The fleet moved with mechanical precision, surrounding the Void Hunter in a perfect sphere. "Time's up," the human voice announced. The first indication of humanity's true nature came in the form of their boarding technique. Instead of traditional docking procedures or teleportation, the humans simply appeared inside the ship. One moment the corridors were empty, the next they were filled with figures in black armor that seemed to absorb light itself. Vexhai had never seen anything like them. They moved through his ship like death incarnate, neutralizing his crew with weapons that fired concentrated energy beams. But it wasn't just their technology that terrified him. It was their absolute, implacable fury. The leader of the boarding party removed her helmet as she entered the bridge, revealing the face of a human female with eyes like cold stars. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Defense Force. You made a critical error in judgment, Captain." "This is impossible," Vexhai stammered. "Your species barely has interstellar capability." "How did you find you?" Admiral Chen smiled, and it was the most frightening expression Vexhai had ever witnessed. "When you steal human children, Captain, you don't just anger their parents. You anger their entire species. Every human colony, every ship, every listening post in the galaxy becomes part of a single, unified hunting network." She gestured to her tactical display, showing dozens of ship signatures throughout the sector. "We've been tracking you for 3 months. Every jump, every transaction, every communication. We know about your buyers, your suppliers, your entire operation." Vexhai's second heart began to race. But the distances, the coordination required, would be impossible for most species, Chen agreed. "But you've never encountered humanity's true weapon, Captain. Not our ships, not our technology. Our absolute refusal to abandon our young." The Admiral's expression hardened. You see, every other species in the galaxy has evolved to accept losses, to calculate acceptable casualties, to move on when the cost of rescue exceeds the benefit. Humans never learned that lesson. She leaned closer, her voice dropping to a whisper. We will burn through every star system between here and the galactic core to bring our children home. We will bankrupt our colonies, sacrifice our fleets, and die to the last human if necessary. Not because it's logical, Captain, because it's who we are. As if to emphasize her point, the tactical display updated. More human ships were arriving every minute. The fleet had grown from dozens to hundreds of vessels. The children, Chen continued, will be returned to their families. You and your crew will stand trial for crimes against sentient beings. Your buyers and suppliers have already been eliminated. Eliminated? Skelrun gasped. Chen nodded. 17 slave markets, 43 supplier ships, and 6 breeding facilities across 4 sectors. All simultaneously neutralized by coordinated human strike forces. Your entire network has ceased to exist. Vexhai collapsed into his command chair, finally understanding the magnitude of his miscalculation. He had thought he was hunting easy prey from a primitive world. Instead, he had awoken something that defied every assumption about rational, civilized behavior. As human medics carefully extracted the children from their stasis pods, Admiral Chen delivered her final judgment. Let this serve as a message to every slaver, every trafficker, every predator in the galaxy. Humanity has claimed its place among the stars, and we protect our own with a fury that your civilized minds cannot comprehend. The Zephyrian captain watched through his cell's viewport as the human fleet prepared to disperse, carrying the rescued children home to families who had never stopped believing they would return. In the distance, he could see the burning wreckage of his consortium's infrastructure, destroyed with surgical precision across dozens of star systems. He had learned too late that while other species had evolved past their protective instincts, humanity had weaponized theirs. The galaxy would never be the same.